Liu Cheng had just woken from a nightmare, one that didn't fade. It stayed heavy, hollow, real. Then the hunger came, not normal, not human. One bowl of rice disappeared, then another and another. He didn't slow down, he didn't think, didn't feel full. It was like trying to feel something that had no bottom. His family watched in silence, confused, uneasy. His sister muttered under her breath about his key blood level. She wasn't wrong, but quite well. But this wasn't growth, this was something else, something that didn't belong, something that followed him back. His friend laughed it off. Said it was getting stronger, taller, finally improving. If only they knew. Liu Cheng forced his man, thin, unconvincing because he could feel it. That power unstable, is restless, alive beneath his skin. But the power wasn't the worst part. It came with something else. A thought, a cold, sharp, wrong. A voice echoed in his mind. Tuition for the weak. He had seen the phrase before at the martial hall, the portrait, the master, massive, uncheckable, untouchable. Liu Cheng looked at it again, and for the first time I felt nothing, no fear, no respect, just clarity. A normal person would seek guidance, training, and structure, but it wasn't normal anymore. He didn't need to learn, because the nightmares already taught him. Not techniques meant for students, but methods carved from survival, from blood, from things that should never be passed on. His gaze shifted to the training hall entrance, an open path, a safe path, but it wasn't ease. The power inside him pulsed, angry, demanding more food, more strength, more conflict. This wasn't improvement, it was transformation, and it had only just begun. Liu Cheng couldn't explain it, he only knew one thing. He had to test it. The anger from before hadn't faded. It was guiding him, pushing him straight forward. Ok Chan, martial art all, he needed answers. He needed to know how real that nightmare had been. At the front desk, a cheerful receptionist greeted him, offered a standard glass. He brushed past her politely. No coaching, no guidance, just a private mirroring room. Roommate alone. The room was cold, clinical, almost lifeless, perfect for mirroring reality. He didn't warm up, he didn't need to. The power was already there, burning beneath his skin. He stepped in front of the floating scanner orb, clenched his fist, focused. The hunger responded, now fading and sharpening. A surge of unseen energy shot forth from his hand. The orb's ring spun violently, accelerating his bright pulse, and the result stabilized. Key blood level is 0.963. Martial artist rank, protege. Liu Cheng started 0.963. A slow, disbelieving smile formed. It had increased. Okay. It had increased dramatically in just 1 hour. This wasn't normal improvement. It was real, true cultivation, and the realization made something inside him shift. The hunger deepened, but worse than that, it was excited. Addicted already. His eyes drifted towards the training dummy across the room, heavy, silent, waiting. But Liu Cheng wasn't seeing a dummy anymore. The wolf flickered. Something inside him awakened, not strength to learn knowledge, technique, experience. Shadows gathered behind him, not physically. Memories, a swordsman, an engineer, 2 lives, fragment of skills, combat, strategy, destruction flooding into him instantly. Every movement, every strike, every way to kill, not learn, not train, just installed. His hand remained raised towards the dummy, still focused. But now the focus has changed. It wasn't practice anymore, it was intent, killing intent. Liu Cheng inhaled slowly, absorbing the stolen experience. The next step was gone to heart. The impact shattered the silence. The testing machine ground violently as the strike landed and then froze. The display flickered. 113. Liu Cheng started at 8. Breath stuck in his chest. 1 hour. Just 1 hour in that dream, and his body has crossed into something unnatural. A grin slowly formed, half shock, half excitement. If 1 hour could do this, what about 8? What about 10? But the adrenaline refused to fade. His body wouldn't calm down, not anymore. Night came, but sleep didn't. He paced his room like something trapped inside his own skin, his mind burning with unfamiliar combat memories. Finally, he gave in. Basic training, set number 13. Simple movements, nothing special. But the movement decided that something changed. His body stopped following him. His stance shifted on its own. His balance dropped. His rhythm broke and revealed itself. What is this? His reflection looked wrong. He tried to stop, but his muscle ignored him. Years of practice were being overwritten in real time. His movement became sharper, older. Ancient technique replacing modern discipline. A faint pressure filled the room. A ghostly presence guided his form, correcting every single mistake before he could make it. Liu Cheng wasn't training anymore, he was being rewritten. And deep down, he finally understood. The dream wasn't just affecting him, it was taking him over. Inside the quiet of his room, the air begins to tremble. Liu Sheng feels it immediately. His body is no longer fully his. Every movement carries weight, like centuries of combat are being forced into his muscle at once. This isn't school training anymore, it is instinct of the dead flowing through the living. As his feet cut through the air, a faint glow ripples across his skin, then it eats him. Over 200 little techniques surfacing inside his mind like they were always there. Lost combat arts, memories taken from the monsters in his sleep. But that wasn't the peak. The deeper rhythm emerges, breathing. Each inhale sharpens his internal energy, accelerating his growth far beyond anything he knew. The dream world is no longer just a source of power, it's a vault of forbidden knowledge. For a moment, they feel untouchable. Then everything breaks. A violent emptiness rips through his body. His stomach growls, loud, painful, unnatural. His strength is devouring him from the inside. Key blood rises too fast, too violently. His body can't sustain it. It collapses. Pale and shaking, he clutches his stomach as exhaustion crushes down like a wave. No more food means nothing now. What he needs is not meals, but a rare energy, hybrid resources, things far beyond his reach. He finally understood the price. The power doesn't just grow on him, it consumes him, and he can't feed it. It will end him. The hunger was not longer just a feeling, it has become something alive inside Liu Sheng, gnawing, clawing, demanding more. His body was evolving at an impossible rate, but every step forward came with a cost he could ignore. Normal food meant nothing now. It was like trying to extinguish a wildfire with a drop of water. If he couldn't secure high-grade supplements soon, his own body would consume itself from within. He lay still, staring at the ceiling, the reality settling in like a sentence he couldn't appeal. His family income couldn't even touch what he needed to survive. Then it hit him. The academic first-class scholarship, $10,000, enough to buy time, but it meant exposing everything. No more hiding, no more pretending to be normal. The next morning, the locker room went silent as they entered. His classmate froze, eyes locked on him. His body had changed, lean, bent, almost unnatural. A friend joked, poking his chest about training for girls. Liu Sheng only smiled faintly. If only they knew. They were worried about exams and relationship. He was worried about his body shutting down from starvation of energy. Inside the martial art hall, the air felt heavy with sweat and discipline. Zone Guo, a grade 2 martial artist, stood at the center demonstrating basic combat forms with sharp precision. To the students, it was overwhelming, a peak they could never barely imagine reaching. But Liu Sheng saw something different, slow, predictable, hollow, like watching a wooden training drills after surviving real battle in a nightmare. Then it struck him. The dream hadn't just strengthened his body, it had rewritten his perception of reality itself. The gap between him and everyone else wasn't small anymore, it was a chaos. When the first spell was called, Liu Sheng stepped forward, not for grade, not for approval, but for survival, and anyone standing in his way of that scholarship was standing in the way of his life. Alright, now Liu Sheng realized his body now requires higher grade energy to survive, as no more food can no longer sustain him, rapidly evolving key blood. So to secure the fund needed, they decided to go for the academy first class scholarship, forcing him to reveal his true capability. And I can tell you this, nothing can stop him from winning. Yeah, man is growing. So if you wanna have more of this recap, and if you can enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll be with you. See ya.